Hey, it's a shit ton of time later because just so you know, I tried to film this video 2 times and the 2 times my phone just literally stopped recording for some reason that I don't understand, so I hope this is not gonna happen this time. If it's posted, then it's fine. Okay. But basically, I am going to talk about things that multiple people said to me when I confessed that I was self-harming, and the things that they said weren't that good. Like, you should not say that to anyone who is self-harming or has an addiction or is just feeling bad about themselves or hurting themselves. Oh, just don't say that. Okay, so the first thing um, is just stop. People actually said that to me multiple times. It's just stop harming yourself. Like, dude, if I wanted, like, I don't want to hurt myself. It's just something that I need, kinda. Like, I don't want it to happen. It just happens. It's really weird to say, but it is the truth. Like, 2 days ago, I self harmed, and as I told in my previous video, it was like a really weird sensation. I was having a panic attack, and everything was blurry. I was kind of in a brain fog, and just I realized what I've done, like after it was done. Like, I could not stop it or anything. It's not, I didn't want it to happen. It just happened. My brain, basically, when you are self-harming, your brain is taking cutting, burning, whatever thing you do to self-harm as a coping mechanism for you feeling bad. And this is really, like, this can be really seem really weird and tricky and just like impossible for the people who don't have any experience with self-harming or anything, because it's not logical. When you feel bad, you do things that make you feel good, and you don't make things that make you feel even more like bad or that hurt you. But the thing with self-harming is that basically you feel bad, you are depressed, you are anxious, you whatever, and you, at least to me, I feel the need to punish myself because I feel so bad and like I don't deserve anything. So I feel the need to punish myself, and I punish myself with cutting most of the time. So I cut. And after cutting, you feel even more bad about yourself. You feel ashamed. You don't want to show that your scars or anything to people because you're gonna hurt the people you love, so you feel ashamed. You feel like bad seeing the scar because it reminds you of what you were feeling, like of what you were feeling like when you actually cut it, and you feel even more bad. So when you feel bad, what do? You hurt yourself. And it's this endless cycle, and it's an addiction because your brain, basically, when you hurt yourself, there's endorphins that are like spread into your body. It's the same as when you're having sex, as when you're like going to an attraction center. I don't know. How do you call this in English? Like, um, fuck. How do you call that? I don't even remember. I can't. Okay. I can't remember. My eyes so red now that okay. Whatever. But it works the same way as when you're having sex, when you're doing some sport, when you are like having a good meal, when you are just happy. Endorphins are spread into your body, released into your body, and when you hurt yourself, endorphins are like released into your body. I can't really explain it because I'm not a scientist or anything. I just know this is the case, this is what happens, and this is why it's so addictive, because just after you do it, you feel good, you feel great, you feel kind of happy and proud in a way. But afterwards, this is when things go downhill. So for people to tell you, just stop, it's not gonna happen, dude. Like, it doesn't work that way. If it was that simple, I would have already stopped it. So yeah, this is just really bad. Don't say that. This is just stupid. I mean, if you don't understand how this works, I understand why you would say that, because it's like really random and like um, just not like, this is not a logical thing. So for people to say just stop, I understand why you would say that, but just don't say it. It's a waste of time for both parts here. Um, yeah. Another thing that people said to me multiple times is stop for me. Not for me, for them. Like, they told me stop for me. Like, don't cut for me. And I was like, you don't understand that this is making things even worse. Or another thing that kind of goes hand by hand with that, the stop for me, and is, I can talk. Another thing that goes hand by hand with the stop for me is actually promise me you're gonna stop right now. Promise me you're never gonna do it again. This just blows my mind that people think this is a good idea. First, to make someone who is an addict, basically, make that person promise to you that they're never gonna do it again. No, you don't do that. Why? Because it's gonna add to that circle. Like, you think that this is gonna make them stop, because then they're gonna think, oh, I made a promise to that person, then I'm not gonna do it. But this doesn't work like that. When you cut, when you're an addict, your brain doesn't take into consideration that kind of things. It's left out. It just wants the cutting because it knows that it's gonna make them feel good about them. Like, it knows that this is gonna stop your anxiety attack, that this is gonna make you feel good for a slight second and get you out of that depressed mode. It's just, your brain works like that. It's like that for any addiction. And to make someone who is an addict promise you not to do it again, this is basically adding to that circle. I never know how to say that. Cycle. Because instead of us, basically, because this is my case, of us feeling bad and then thinking, I made a promise to that person, I'm not gonna cut myself, I'm gonna cut myself. And then I'm gonna feel even more bad afterwards because I broke that promise that I made to that person. You understand? This is not helping, basically. This is just adding more, like, suffering to the circle, whatever. So please don't do that, and don't say stop for me, because again, this is the same thing as promise me you're never gonna do it again. This is, the stop for me is just pointless, because if someone who's an addict wants to get better, they want to get better for themselves. not for you. And if they're trying to get better and to stop this addiction of hurting themselves for you, this is just gonna be pointless. They're never gonna achieve it. They're never gonna get better because they need to get better because they really want it. Because they want to get better for themselves, for their lives, for just the sake of being happy and being good. So them stopping for you is just never gonna happen. It only happens in the movies. I don't know why. In the movies it works. Like I'm gonna stop hurting myself for you, and then they stop because they love that person so much. This never happens in real life, dude. This never happens. Like, because people are temporary, and if you stop for someone, if someone somehow leaves and is not there, then what's the point? They're gonna get back to it because you're not there anymore. So yeah. And the last thing, what was it? This is the worst, actually. This made me cry when that person said that to me. I cried for a good half an hour because of how, like, it's I can't, again, I understand why people would say that, because they're really worried about you and they're trying to make you like realize what you're doing, and that they're trying to like make you stop because they care about you. So I understand that, but this is just crazy, and you should never say that to someone. So the last thing is that it happened 2 days ago, actually. A person said to me, stop, never do it again, or next time I see you with a scar or you tell me you hurt yourself, I'm gonna do it to myself. I'm gonna do it to myself too. So basically it's a mirror system. If I hurt myself, this person's gonna hurt themselves. And it is so not something you should do. Like, do you realize how, like, it's not stupid, it's thought through, but it's just not good at all. It's adding suffering not only to me but to that person too. And I understand why that person would want to say that to me. They care about me. They don't want me to make them. They basically want me to realize that when I'm hurting myself, I'm hurting them too. But you should never do that. You should never say that. You should never do that. You should never, ever, ever say anything like that. This is a very bad idea. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I already know that me hurting myself is hurting the people I love. This is why I'm so ashamed of some of my scars, because I know that these scars hurt the people around me. This is why I try to hide them as much as possible, even if I'm not that ashamed, because they're part of me now, and I don't know if I should say that, but I actually love my scars because they remind me that I'm a strong person and that I survived that bad time. So I'm not that ashamed of them. Like, I have a small scar here. I don't even know if you can see it, but here, it's small. Yeah. I really like that scar. Like, it reminds me that I was feeling so bad I did that, but now I feel so much better. It shows me progress, basically. But we're not here to talk about scars. But basically, I already know that with me hurting myself, I'm hurting other people that love me. But again, the thing with if you hurt yourself, I'm gonna hurt myself too, it's only adding suffering to the cycle that I'm trying to break. I'm trying to break that cycle. I made so much progress. Like, 2 years ago, I was self-harming not once a week, not once a day, but multiple times a day. Multiple times a day, I would go into the bathroom, my school's bathroom, and just get the cutter and go ham on my arm or my thighs. Multiple times a day. Right now, I only did it because I was feeling so bad, and I think about it sometimes, but it's not as frequently as it was before. And I like, if I had to put a number on how much I do it, I would say I do it like maybe once every wait, July, August, September, October, November, 4 to 5 months, which is a big improvement. And it took me some time, and it took me a lot of work. Last year I needed to like get out of school, to drop out of school, of college, because I wanted to take care of my mental health. So I did drop out of college, get back to my parents' place, and I took care of myself. I did what I loved, which was drawing, music, like art in general, dancing. I did what I loved, and I took care of myself, and I'm so proud of the progress that I made. But when that person said to me, if you hurt yourself again, I'm gonna like do it to myself, I was like, no. I'm getting so red because I'm so frustrated by that, but no, you don't understand that I cut it myself. I relapsed. But I'm okay with it because I know this is only happening, this is only past, you know. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna cut myself every day again. It doesn't mean that I'm back to square one. It's just how progress works. I'm heading towards somewhere better. I'm heading towards healthy, you know. I'm not mad at myself for cutting myself anymore. It happened, yes, but again, it's gonna get better. And I needed to explain that to that person for them to realize that this is a bad idea. Again, it's exactly like the promise thing. Like, instead of me when I'm feeling bad thinking, oh, but if I do it, that person's gonna be hurting themselves too, I'm gonna do it, then that person's gonna hurt themselves, and I'm gonna feel even more bad about myself because I not only hurted myself, but I also like hurted that person, like mentally and physically. I made them do that to themselves. So I'm gonna feel even more bad, more ashamed, more like frustrated with myself, and it's gonna just make the cycle go crazy again. So it's a very bad idea. The only thing, because some of you are probably gonna like tell me, but then if someone comes up to me and said, I self-harmed, what am I supposed to do? You're just supposed to tell them that it's okay. The best thing someone ever said to me when I was self-harming was, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. I'm not mad at you. What you did is has passed, and we cannot change it, but you're gonna be okay. And if you need me, I'm here. That's the best thing someone ever said to me. If you need me, I'm here. Like, because for people who are trying to get better, who are trying to stop self-harming, who are trying to get out of their anxieties and depression and all that, they don't need you to get mad at them when they do something bad for themselves. They need you to support them to get better. They need you to be present and to show them love. That's all they need. So don't try to make things more complicated by putting yourself directly into the equation of like their self-harm or their anxiety or their depression or anything. Don't try and do that, because you're probably gonna hurt them and you are risking hurting yourself too. Just tell them that you love them and just take care of them. Take care of that person. If you care for them, show them that you care. Show them that you love them. Because basically all they need is love. You can listen to them when they're feeling bad. You can like listen to all they have to say. If they want to open up, listen. You don't have to answer anything if you're not comfortable with answering. You just have to maybe listen to them, because if they want to talk to you, this is for a good reason. This is because they trust you, and this is because they actually want some help. And the best help you can give them as a friend, as a family member, as a partner, I don't know, is your affection, your love, and a shoulder to cry on. Yeah. So that's it. I filmed it. Oh my gosh. I filmed this video. It's so long too, like it's 20 minutes long. I'm sorry that it's so long. I hope you didn't get bored by it. But yeah, I'm so cold right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm so freaking cold. It's okay, I'm probably like gonna make myself some coffee or some tea because I'm cold. And I hope this video was helpful in any way. Tell me if it helped you. If you have any questions too, like, don't hesitate, just put it in the comments. I'm going to try and answer. Again, I am not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I just talk from my own experience as someone who has depression, anxiety, eating problems, just bad coping mechanisms, all that shit. I'm trying to get out of it the best I can. I'm on the road to healthy, and I also supported a lot of people who are my friends who got through the same things as me. So I only can speak from my own experience with that. But if you have any question, just ask it in the comments and I will answer to you. If I think, no, it's not if I think it's interesting. It's like I answer to basically every comment as long as it's not degrading or just fucked up. Which some of my comments under my videos are like pretty fucked up, but I try not to care too much. Okay. Bye everyone, and I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, okay. Take care of yourself, and I love you. So, bye.